Today I'm working on a Jackson Randy Rhoads Flying V. This guitar came into the shop a couple days ago, and we're going to do some work to it. Now I usually don't show, or I don't show very often, me doing repairs. There's a couple videos, but not a lot. And hopefully I'm going to start showing more of that too as we get into this. So anyways, this guitar came in, and there's not a whole lot to do to it, except we're going to clean it up. It's pretty dirty, and we're going to put some new strings on it. Some Dimebag Darrell DRs strings, 10 through 52. I think this is a drop C tuning he uses on this. So we're going to go ahead and get this cleaned up and get some new strings put on. Okay, so take a look at this guitar real quick. It's just pretty grimy here. You can see this fingerboard. See the inlays and stuff. And down at the body itself. So this guitar is definitely in need of being cleaned up. And the back of it here, the back of it's not bad, it's just fingerprints and stuff. And the neck itself, it's mostly just the front of the guitar here and the fretboard. And get these strings off of here. So, what I like to do usually before I take the strings off, if I'm doing repairs, is I'll go through and I'll take measurements of the action of the 7th fret of the truss rod, and just to make sure, for number one, to see if the guitar is set up right, but number two is the person who's playing this, the player, is going to have this guitar set up for him. So whenever I take strings off and do any kind of adjustments, I want to be able to come back and put this guitar back into the adjustments that it was when I got it. That way, whenever he gets it, it's set up the same as he's used to having. Because it'd make no sense for me to come through and then change the whole setup and give it back to him. And you know, each person's going to be different with different setups on their guitars and how they play, depending on how they play. So I might set it up for me and it might work perfect, but for him it might not. So that's why I like to take measurements of the 12th fret action, the 7th fret truss rod action, and then that's about it. I'll check the nut, but the nut is pretty stationary. If it's wrong, then it's wrong, but that ain't really going to change that much. But I like to take them two measurements anyways, and then the pickup heights and stuff like that, which is pretty standard. That's kind of a standard measurement there. I'll check the radius and stuff like that. But on a bridge like this, you can't change the radius. This is a set, probably 12 radius on here. So, and since I'm not changing anything, there's really no need to measure anything. I already measured the action on the truss rod earlier, and it's it's close enough to where it's probably pretty good. So, yeah, we're just going to pull these old strings off and start playing. This guitar is dirty, so basically just going to clean it up. Check out this bridge. It's just nasty. Get that thing off of there. Go ahead and take these knobs off. so I can get that. So I had this guitar in my shop 2-3 years ago, and did a setup on it and changed the strings and stuff like that. So I know the guitar, but I can't remember if it was this bad last time or not. It was pretty dirty last time I worked on it too. So, and my bottle quit working. Awesome, huh? What? Everybody's entitled to a break. Okay, so we got the body pretty much cleaned up. Got the back of it cleaned up. Got the sides. Got the peg head and tuners cleaned up. The only thing we haven't touched yet is this fretboard. And this fretboard is pretty grimy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape off these humbuckers here. And basically, I'm going to use steel wool on this fretboard. This stuff is caked on pretty good, and it's not going to come off very easy. Plus, in the process, I'm going to polish the frets. And I'm putting tape over these humbuckers because there's magnets in it, and if I start using steel wool, all that steel wool is going to cake down inside those magnets. If I put tape over it, then they won't. So also on this bridge is pretty nasty. I'm probably going to have to take these saddles out of that. So I'm going to let it soak probably overnight. Same way with these knobs. These knobs are pretty nasty. So I'll probably let them soak overnight and try to get that stuff loosened up. Pull this saddle apart, clean it all up with like a toothbrush or Q-tips, something like that. But I'm using some regular steel wool here. And basically, you can see the crap coming off there. And you can already see the difference of the frets. These are the ones that steel wool. And up here I haven't. You can already see. And they're still pretty dull too. I still got to come back through. And I might even take a polish and put on them and get them really, like a metal polish, and get them really shiny there. And as you can see by the dust on the table, the grime, how dirty they were, and they're already looking better. But we still got a lot of work to do on this fretboard, getting it cleaned up some more, and getting these frets nice and polished. I gotta tell you, it ain't easy, but someone's gotta do it.